For instance, the greatest example is the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, going to the second chapter. When Arjuna said, Senor Bayor Madhye Ratam Stapaya. So when he takes, the entire, Krishna is a great psychologist. In fact, some American universities have got the Krishna's photo as he is the first teacher of psychology in the entire world. That's what they consider. When he said, when he asked, he was confused, he wanted to see, so many people are arraigned, because what to do. He asked Krishna to take me and put across, in midst the midst of the both armies and all. When he took him, Senor Payor Madhye Ratam Stapaya Achyuta, when he took him there, and he is very, very clever. Krishna was very clever. He just took him in front of Drona and Bhishma. Both are gurus. He had the option of taking, across to Duryodhana. Duryodhana, in the sense, he would immediately come on, let us start the fight immediately, let him fight to finish. That's what it will come, because they are already arraigned against the Kauravas. But he took them across, to the gurus and Pitamaha, Bhishma and Drona. So then he felt, how is that? They are all Pitamaha and they are all my relatives. How I can go? He had all the confusions there and all. Had he taken to Duryodhana, he would not have had any confusion. So that's why why he purposely took him to Bhishma and Drona, in the sense, when he sees them, he says, he will not be, because he will be hurting his relatives, the entire thing will be going off and all. My relatives, everything would be safe, but others can, they can be killed. That is Preyas. When a war is, you will have to fight with your skill. Bring the skill to the highest level. Those who survive, whether your relatives or not other relatives, or your gurus or other gurus. So he wanted to bring that, because he was Preyas and he has to be made into a Shreyas. That is the first step the Krishna took him, because he purposely took him in front of Duryodhana and Bhishma, because they know he is a guru, and in front of Pitamaha, they are all, of course, they can't pick up their arrow, bow and arrow, because that is what their condition is, because they have all worshipped him and they have been trained, taught by them. How can they go and fight against them? And so just to bring about, when you have to do the duty, when you have to bring the skill, when you have to take the concern for others, in the sense you cannot differentiate. The war is sort of a great purpose. For the purpose, when you are going to do it, you cannot be differentiating is my relative. Suppose even in India-Pakistan war takes place, because some of our soldiers their relatives may be in the Pakistan also. It is happening even in the highest level, because the senior level, some relatives are here, some relatives are there. You can't be differentiating when you fight, because you are fighting for a nation, and that is your job. You have to do that. As a Shreyas, you will have to fight for that. You cannot be differentiating that fourth fellow is this and all. You cannot be seeing all those things. The Shreyas is when you are taking the purpose foremost, and you are taking the concern for others, for your team or for your organization and for the place when you are working, and you are working towards that purpose. And otherwise, you think, look, I will not fight, this doesn't suit me. I will fight, whenever it suits me, like that. You can't choose the thing, as you would like to, because there are two things in the world you can't choose. One is, your parents, another is your boss. They may be coming from anywhere, because it is even an organization. You can't tell, he should be my boss, he will be appointed. Likewise, when you are born into this world, you have not chosen. You have been born into this family where you have to be born. As we have seen in the last week, as we have said, Krishna, whatever, because he tells, mind is not under control. When Arjuna says, it is going out hither and thither, but you are asking me to do all these great concepts, how am I to do, by doing this, what am I going to tell when I am not able to control? He said, yes, you will not be able to control the mind, but by doing that, whatever you are doing, will not be going waste. You take every endeavor, to do it, that will finally give you, you may not be able to immediately get everything in this birth. In the next birth, you will be put in the virtuous company of other people. So you will be born into the virtuous family, and you will be further gaining knowledge and getting into the level and all, because We will all be prayers, till such time, we are all emancipated, from this entire sort of a chitta development, to such a level when we don't have any unfulfilled desires or unfulfilled, because there is no desire thought about, as we have seen last week, when Prahalada was asked to ask for a vara, he said, you give me a vara, then I don't have any, because desire doesn't come out of my thought. That's what he said. Because once desire comes, it is a chain. It will go on coming one after the other and all. The prayers is the one which gives the action to be taken what is attractive to you. The simple thing is, wherever you see the things which doesn't have any magnetic attraction and draws you, that is Shreyas. Where there is a magnetic attraction and draws you and makes you to indulge, that is Preyas.